Thank you so much for joining us on a wonderful new edition of Live and Local. We are here in the City of Ramsey today at the brand new Public Works facility. We have some great interviews with city staff and pre-produced packages by our very talented group of producers here showcasing all things Ramsey, and you're watching it live now on QCTV. So stick around. Live and Local starts right now. Thank you so very much for joining us. I'm your host, Winter Kuharski, on our latest edition of Live and Local Ramsey. And joining us for our first guest here today is City Administrator Brian Hagen. Thank you, Brian, so much for joining us.
Yeah, welcome.
So if I remember correctly, the first time you were on our show, it was your third day on the job. So you've had a little bit more than 3 days now. And so how have things been going in the City of Ramsey?
Things have been going great, and definitely the nerves are a lot less now than they were that first week
being
hired. But and it helps knowing a lot more about the city now and working through a lot of the projects that we've been going on through the years. So a lot more comfortable now.
Excellent, glad to hear. We don't like to always just throw our guests in, but I really feel like as with the position of city administrator, you jumped right in feet first and got it done. We'd love to see it. So speaking of those projects that you've been involved in over the years, let's take a quick look back at this last, 2023 and 2024. What were some of the major accomplishments for the city?
Yeah, major accomplishments would be the start of our water treatment plant. Mm-hmm. That's been a project that's been in the planning stages for many years and saving up funds to hopefully pay for it in cash. The bidding market wasn't our friend, but we have most of it paid for in cash that we saved through the years, and that started construction last year and will finish up next summer. And so we're really looking forward to that. The other item that we've been working on for the last couple of years is really our downtown area, or the core. We've met with the City Council, EDA, Planning Commission, really getting all the decision makers and advisory boards into the same room and saying, what should we do with this area? It's been a working project over many, many years, but we recognize that there was still public infrastructure that we needed to build yet. So the direction to staff was really, let's get this done. Last year we went through kind of an analysis period where we said, okay, this is what we need to do yet, this is what we think it's going to cost. And then last year we really started with that construction. We dug out a large stormwater pond that in the future will be some type of water-centric regional park. We don't have the final plans decided yet, but we're still working on that. And then we'll be constructing some roadways this summer. So when you drive through the downtown area now, there's sites that are very ready for private development, and by the end of this year, end of the summer, fall season, we'll have most of the roadways constructed in their final design.
Perfect. Speaking of those roadways, I don't mean to spring a crazy question on you, but I know that you'd know the answer. One of the streets, it was Center Street, it was Center Drive. There was a bit of a change. What is the final name of that street?
Yeah, so it's a road, years ago the downtown area was designed in such a way where, there's a west and an east and split roadways and things of that nature. But what happened through the years with reality is it was effectively called Center Street. Everyone knows it as Center Street. The street signs say Center Street. Mm-hmm. So officially it was named something different than what practice really was. So we changed the name officially to Center Street, and we'll move forward from there with that.
Glad to hear, because that's what I knew it as. And then when I saw that agenda item come up in the city council, I was like, is there another street kind of thing? And then it's like, okay, the confusion that I'm having is also the same confusion that other people are having. So Center Street, it makes sense. It's in the core, the center of Ramsey. So there you go. I think it was a good choice to finally make that official.
Yes.
So some of the other things going on in the city, you had mentioned the construction projects coming up and the water treatment plant, of course. In case viewers are unaware, at the Public Works facility, the water treatment plant is, if you drive towards the Public Works facility, it's that big pile of dirt right as you go in. That pile of dirt's obviously going to get a little bit smaller as the water treatment center is built. And can you remind the viewers again, what is that water treatment facility? What are the main goals of building this?
The main goals is to eliminate manganese from our water system. Right now we don't treat our water, we just pull it out of the ground, pipe it through pipes and underground to houses and businesses, and this will just provide clean drinking water with acceptable levels of all sorts of stuff in it. I'm not the water expert, but I know enough to be dangerous. So we're going to have nice clean water for our residents and our businesses afterwards, and like we said, a project we're really excited about and can't wait for it to be done.
Excellent. Yes, for sure. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I think we showed drone footage from it last time. Big fan of seeing that dirt move and know that stuff is going on in the city of Ramsey. And I'm sure that construction brings out a lot of opinions in our residents here. And there's a way for their citizens to share how they're feeling about the city. It's called the Citizen Survey, right? Can you
Correct.
tell me some more about that?
Yeah. So. You're right. We want to hear feedback from residents. We feel like we have a good idea of what the public is liking what we're doing or not liking what we're doing in some cases. But periodically, many cities, us included, will send out a citizen survey or community survey, and it's really a list of questions, more general in nature on how we are doing providing the services. And then in our case, we added some custom questions in more related to certain amenities or services that we should add through the years. So that is going on right now. There's a combination of randomly selected houses to receive the survey and take it, and then right around May 1st, we'll open it up 2 weeks with a general code that all residents of Ramsey can take that survey. It should only take about 15-20 minutes, so it's not really long by any means, but we appreciate the feedback that comes of it, and we're able to kind of track through the years how we're doing, and if there's an area where we're scoring low from the resident standpoint, we can focus on that and hopefully be better.
Of course, I think it's a wonderful thing for the city to do, and they want to hear what this is your city. We're trying to build it for the best way they can for the people that live here. And so that citizen survey, so is it going out by mail first, and then is it going to be online? Is there going to be like a link on the city website?
Yeah, great question. So the 3,000 random properties, they should have received a postcard already. That postcard has a QR code linked to an online survey. And we recognize not everybody wants to use the technology, so those same properties will receive a paper survey as well. The last 2 weeks of the data collection period will just be online only, and we'll have QR code on Facebook, all of our social media, our website, and flyers at different events. So we'll hopefully get a good response rate.
Excellent. And when do you expect those results to be available, and when can we see what others are saying?
Yeah, we're collecting data through about mid-May, and then the company we're working with is Polco, so it's not just City Ramsey branded survey information, but they'll analyze all the data, put it into a nice summary so we can understand it, and then we plan to review that with City Council. I think it's going to be the second work session in June.
Okay, cool, excellent. Well, Brian, as always, thank you so much for appearing on Live and Local, and of course, I really do love this space that you have welcomed us in today, and as always, it's great catching up with you.
Thank you.
Excellent. So in case you didn't know, the City of Ramsey is celebrating its 50th year of incorporation, and I filed a story here taking a look back at the City of Ramsey and look towards the future. So let's check it out.
The town formerly known as Dover, formerly known as Watertown, is celebrating 50 years of incorporation this year. I am, of course, talking about the City of Ramsey. Growing from a trading post in 1849 to a suburb of the largest metro area in the state, Ramsey, like most other towns in the area, has continued to thrive. In celebration of 50 years of incorporation, let's take a look back where everything started. In 1849, Thomas A. Holmes and James Beatty built the old log cabin trading post at Itasca Village. Blink and you miss it, this site is now a rest stop along Highway 10. At the time, Itasca was a stopping place along the Red River Ox Cart Trail between Pembina, North Dakota, and the steamboat landing in St. Paul. Speaking of steamboats, that's how many of the folks reached this area in the olden days, traveling upriver on a steamboat called the Governor Ramsey. The first township was organized in 1857. It wasn't until a year later in 1858 that the name of Ramsey was settled on, being named, of course, because of the steamboat that brought many to the area, which itself was named after the first territorial governor of Minnesota, Alexander Ramsey. And you might be saying, wait a minute, 1857 is a lot more than 50 years ago. Well, that's because Ramsey Township wasn't officially incorporated as a city until November 12, 1974. At the time, the population was about 8,000 people. Nowadays, it sits around 28,202. Encompassing 28 square miles and bordered by the Rum and Mississippi rivers, Ramsey is home to hundreds of businesses, 2 championship public golf courses, 2 regional parks, 3 major city parks, and a vast network of trails. It also contained the first post office in Anoka County and a station on the Northern Pacific Railroad. The original settlers in this area made a strong push to move the state capital from St. Paul to their village in Itasca. Unfortunately, their plan didn't work out, but we can always think of Ramsey as the capital of our hearts. The first town hall was built in 1892 as a one-room schoolhouse. This building is still standing along Highway 47 and joins other historic structures around the nation on the National Register of Historic Places. In 1974, a new, larger city hall was built along Now Then Boulevard. The current Ramsey Municipal Center was built in 2006 and includes the police station and licensing center, along with the various city offices and council chambers. The town's Happy Days Festival was first celebrated on Saturday, September 18th, 1999, in celebration of 25 years of incorporation as a city. The November-December issue of the Ramsey Resident called the celebration a big success. 55 cars participated in the original car show and 80 entrants ran in the Kids Fun Run and 5K. Over 65 parade entrants were counted. Over 1,000 people danced along with the Rockin' Hollywoods. These days, the festival can expect to attract 6,500 attendees. Many people have chosen to live in Ramsey because of its rural character, wetlands, wildlife, and housing choices. The city's a mixture of farms, single-family homes on large parcels of land, and single-family homes on urban-sized lots, ranging from starter homes to executive-style homes. Looking ahead, Ramsey is working toward a retail and commercial area that includes restaurants, shopping, entertainment, and employment opportunities. A lot can happen in 50 years. Who knows what the next 50 will hold?
Welcome back to Live and Local for the City of Ramsey. Our next guest joining us today is Sullivan, the Economic Development Manager. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Winter.
So there's a big event coming up this weekend. It's on the 27th of April. It's, of course, I'm speaking about my 33rd birthday. I'm not actually. I'm speaking about the Ramsey Business Expo. Can you tell me some more about that?
Absolutely, and thanks for having me on the show. But yeah, the event is this Saturday, April 27th, and it runs from 10 to 2 p.m. We have 60 booths, and that can house mainly Ramsey businesses. This year we have about 80% of Ramsey businesses and 20% from outside the city. Mm-hmm. We usually have anywhere between 500 to 700 people come, and I believe that this event also has a cornhole tournament that's going on next door, so there should be a lot of synergy between the two and hopefully a lot more exposure for our Ramsey businesses. I do want to say that it works as a great event for, number one, for Ramsey residents to kind of get to know who's in the community if they haven't had an opportunity to meet a business, and for those businesses to market directly to those people. And then on the other hand, and what happens oftentimes is that all of these businesses really network with each other, and sometimes they're walking out of the day with either a new lead or something along those lines.
So is there admission for this event? Do you need to sign up for anything?
It's a free event. The event actually is paid for by the Ramsey EDA.
Excellent.
And it's actually fun for the whole family. We have some kids games and face painting and things along those lines. So yeah, come bring the whole family. And I know there's a couple of vendors in there that might be serving food or beverages. So it'd be a great opportunity to come out on a spring day.
Great. And where's it taking place again?
It's at Adrenaline Sports Center, over just west of Armstrong Boulevard.
Perfect. And that's, like you said, okay, that makes sense then. Yes, of course, with the cornhole tournament and that, that big old building. And we really do love that event space. I think in the last year or so, there was a tournament, like a sword fighting tournament, which was really cool. Lots of great events take place over at Adrenaline there. So city staff is going to be on hand as well. What are some of the questions that you guys see at events like this? What are people asking?
I'd say over the past 3 to 5 years, really the first question that really comes up is what's going to happen with Highway 10. And we're actually going to have folks from MnDOT and Bolton Mink there at the event to answer questions. So residents are going to get any bit of information that they want about Highway 10, what's going to happen this year, what's going to happen next year, and when all that concludes. And I know you're going to have another guest later on and to talk a little bit about that.
Stay tuned, folks. We're going to dive deep into that, yes.
Absolutely. So I won't go too much into that. We also, I would say, probably the most common question that comes up at the city booth is in relation to our pavement management program. And what that really is when is my street going to get redone? And I would say at least 50% of the people that stop, that's what they want to know.
We do hear it a lot during city council meetings for sure, and I feel like that's not even a question we need to put on that citizen survey. Are roads important to you? Yes, highly important. The citizens have made that clear. Yep. And the city has a plan for that, of course.
Absolutely. We'll likely have a big, nice graphic and somebody from our engineering department to answer all of their questions.
Wonderful. Love to see it. And I do remember seeing a map at some point, and it's nicely color-coded. You got the whole city on there, so you can find your spot right on the map and know exactly when your street is going to be seeing those street repairs. Street repairs, we just talked about Highway 10. Those orange cones are popping up all over the place. And we have some projects that are in the works. Can you tell me some more? Sure.
We have a couple of projects that are actually under construction and then those that are earlier on in the development project. So I'll talk a little bit about the ones that are actually under construction. And most of the activity you're seeing is in and around the core, which is the downtown area that Brian alluded to when he was talking earlier. Some of the bigger projects that are getting closer to completion are a 98-unit Hilton Home 2 Suites. That's anticipated to open probably, I'd say, late fall, maybe early winter. And then you have an Aldi. Their goal is to open up before the 4th of July.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that fast. Nice.
Yes. So that project's been moving along very nicely.
Yeah.
One of the things that I hear so much from businesses and residents is new restaurants. So we had a nice opportunity come up in the old Anytime Fitness space just across the street from where this new hotel is going up. And a group called Chanticleer Grill is building out a 5,000 square foot sit-down restaurant with a full bar.
Sit down, that's the key there. Love seeing those sit-down restaurants coming to town.
Absolutely. So, those are kind of the high-level items that are kind of under construction in the core. I'll touch on a couple of other projects because we don't want to let our investment in industrial development go unnoticed. We have a company called Solder Home & Associates, which also is celebrating their 50th year anniversary.
Congratulations on 50 years.
Yeah, exactly. 46,000 square feet. That's going to be, I'd say maybe June, July-ish. That should be done. And then PSD is also putting up an 84,000 square foot building in our Bunker Lake Industrial Park, which is just west of the core.
Gotcha.
So we have a lot of development going in all sectors.
Excellent. We love to see it. And thank you so much for filling us in on that. I feel like there's so many numbers and dates and things to remember, and that's why we invite you on the show, because you've got them all down there. So those are the development projects that are underway. Are there any what are the next ones? Any ribbon cuttings coming up, things that are happening real soon?
So, you know, with city process, you know, before you're going to start a project, you're going to need to go through site plan approval, purchase agreement, ultimately you close on the property, and then you start your project. The ones I talked about before, they've gone through all of those things. All they're doing is building it now. We have a number of projects that are going on in and around the core as well that are either under purchase agreement or approved and getting ready to go in the ground. I'll touch on a couple of them.
Sure.
We have 110 detached townhome unit development by Central Homes, which will be going kind of in the northwest quadrant of the core. I anticipate roads in probably a model home or two going in this year. You have, just directly south of that, you have a 218 unit amenity-rich market rate apartment by Norhart.
Nice.
That actually is going to Planning Commission Thursday for site plan review. So that's moving along in the process. We have a oil change place called Take 5. They are under purchase agreement, and they're going to be building just south of Aldi, kind of in that area between that and the Coburn's development. Other than that, we have a couple of other interesting projects on city-owned land. So we've over the years acquired a number of land for redevelopment purposes. We have actually two auto-related businesses. One is the former Amoco station site called Complete Auto. That's about a 9,000 square foot auto repair shop. And then in our industrial area, we have a 8,000 square foot auto body shop with office above that's gone through site plan approval and is kind of going through the works on that.
Excellent. Those early morning EDA meetings, every time I feel like we have those on the air, it's always something new coming through. And thank you again, Sean, for filling us in on all those details. Of course, if folks would like some more information, there is a great website resource that the team here at Ramsey has been working on to get all that information out for all the citizens. So thank you again, Sean, for filling us in on all those details. And all those construction sites you're seeing dirt, our own Leslie Sauersmith was out in the community getting some footage and telling you what's going in. So let's take a look.
Ramsey has a population of nearly 27,500 people and is growing. Covering 28 square miles, the City of Ramsey is working to develop a new downtown called The Core. Whether you're a resident or just driving around, have you ever wondered what's being built in Ramsey? I sat down with one of the city planners, Adam Martin, for an update.
Here in Ramsey, we do development review and we bring it through Planning Commission and City Council as needed to get any necessary approvals. Otherwise, we do administrative review for building permits anywhere from a 200 square foot shed to a single family house to a commercial development. If the store wanted to open here in the core, for example, that may need architectural review by Planning Commission, and that would come ahead of getting a building permit. But as the planner, I would take that through the entire process and make sure to communicate all of the steps to everybody involved.
Making sure that there is a great finished product at the end of the day is his goal.
I've seen a lot of housing coming in of various types, whether it's single family, townhomes, apartments, and typically the trend with that is with more rooftops comes more retail. So as our population continues to grow, as Ramsey's the next suburb out from the suburbs that have already been built out, I predict that we will get more of those service-based uses, restaurants, things of that nature to help serve our community. It helps that we have the hotel under construction as well as Aldi. And so those two projects by themselves have garnered a lot of interest from developers that are looking to come to Ramsey.
Other spots that are under construction are Jam Hops, North Fork Meadows, and the City of Ramsey water treatment plant, to name a few.
If you're curious on why dirt's moving in an area, please check out the interactive development projects map that shows all of the projects that are under construction, recently approved, or maybe just recently completed here in the city. And that shows the full scope of single-family housing developments all the way through large industrial and commercial sites. It's mobile friendly as well too, so if you happen to be, if you're out walking and you see a pile of dirt and you're wondering what's going on there, you'll be able to use this map and look at a project, read a brief summary, see a picture of what it's going to look like, be able to visit the applicant's website if there's one available, and learn a couple key facts about the project. We're also working on an engineering or an infrastructure projects map to mirror the development projects map. It's in some earlier stages of development at this time, but that will help answer the question of street projects, various infrastructure things going on like Highway 10, or if there's a water line that's being extended, or park improvements, things like that.
The new developments in the City of Ramsey is showing their success, from the future businesses coming in to the current and future city residents and the city staff as well.
Maybe I'm a little biased because I work in City Hall, but I really love the core, the downtown area here in Ramsey. This is definitely the catalyst for all of the new development, and the plan is to concentrate density here to preserve the rural areas as much as possible. So I love that I'm able to walk around and explore different pockets of the core. I can easily walk to Caribou from work, so that's really nice. And I think once Highway 10 is done, that will help improve the image of Ramsey even more, and encourage more folks to come in and build upon the successes that we have.
To stay up to date with city news, contact the City of Ramsey staff or check out their website.
Welcome back to Live and Local for the City of Ramsey. Again, we are here at the brand new Public Works building. I guess it's not brand new, but it's a couple years old now, but it still has that brand new feel to it. Our next guest joining us is the planning manager for the City of Ramsey, Todd Larson. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Wendy.
So as we were switching out our guests here in between, Sean said, oh, we forgot to talk about the sign ordinance. It was like, it's okay. Todd knows about it too. So there's both a temporary and a permanent sign ordinance, and apparently you're the guy to talk to. So tell me some more about that.
About the temporary. So the Planning Commission through the EDA and then City Council approved essentially a temporary change in the temporary sign code, where things that regulate banners and that kind of thing, pretty much in response to all the construction that's going on around town, especially Highway 10, that pretty much gives a automatic extension to any temporary sign permits for the businesses through the construction duration, the 2-year project.
Makes sense.
So that went through, so business just needs to go online and apply for a temporary sign permit. Pretty easy.
Excellent, yeah.
And then later on this summer, we're going to start revamping the permanent sign code, as well as doing some other updates to the temporary signs. It's something that hasn't been touched in a while, so want to clean it up and make it a little easier to understand.
Gotcha. And speaking of some city signage, I know there's the digital billboard that, is there a new one over by Ramsey Bicycle? I feel like I haven't seen that one before. When did that one go in?
Just a few months ago.
Okay,
over
that's what I thought. I was like, that's new. And it works great because, I mean, it's catching my attention. I noticed that as mentioned before, the Ramsey Business Expo going on this weekend, and it's really clear and easy to read. And if I remember correctly, those businesses all Ramsey businesses, but especially those businesses along Highway 10, they can take advantage of that digital billboard space. Is that correct?
Yes, it is a privately owned sign. So any Ramsey business, we've negotiated a little deal since it's on city-owned land to offer a discounted rate to Ramsey-based businesses. Not businesses who are doing business in Ramsey but are located elsewhere, but based here in town.
Based here in town, gotcha. Like again, we want to keep supporting those businesses along Highway 10, of course. And if you haven't been to the area yet, the construction, yes, it's happening. We'll fill you in again on all those details soon, but good to know about that, businesses that the city says, hey, we know this construction's happening. We still want people to know how to get there, and they can have their temporary signs out for the duration of construction. That's great. So you mentioned that delving into those ordinances, that's a big undertaking. And the planning department has taken on another large project of updating the zoning code. Yep. I was speaking with Mark Riverblood yesterday, actually, at the city council meeting, and he said, thank goodness somebody wanted to do it. It's this huge undertaking. So basically, we want to brag on the planning department here a little bit. Tell us just how much work your team has put into updating this code.
Unfortunately, I don't have a number of hours, but it is several hundred.
We're just going to keep adding zeros and be like, that sounds about right.
About from start to finish, from the time where the project was initiated to the time that the city council adopted it, was about 14 months. Mm-hmm. And that was about the timeline expected. We did get a couple of delays for some seasonal just development projects that needed to take priority, but basically we had lots of meetings with the Planning Commission and even more meetings internally with staff, what went well, what is giving us problems, what are contradictions, inconsistencies, identifying all that, taking various concepts to the Planning Commission to get their take on some things, which direction do we want to go. We had a few workshops with the City Council as well. Mm-hmm. But in the end, we have a brand new document that was approved back in November. It streamlined a lot of processes to make life a lot easier on not only staff, but businesses in town who are looking to build in certain areas for homeowners who want to build a standard fence or a small shed that they don't need to go through a zoning permit process anymore.
Gotcha. So what would you say is the favorite update that you made, or perhaps the most impactful that residents might take notice of?
Well, from a resident standpoint, is that if they're just looking to put up a fence in their backyard, standard 4 or 6 foot tall chain link privacy fence, they just learn the rules and they go do it themselves. They don't need to go through and get a permit and have us review it. I mean, we'll still happily review your plans if you want to stop in, and we'll give you some guidance, but you don't have to go through that permit process and pay money for it anymore.
Gotcha, we love to hear it. And, it's all available online. It's easily accessible. And of course, if anybody has any questions about these, the process to put in a fence or a shed or whatever, who's a good contact person for that?
Well, any of our planning staff would be able to help you. Adam Martin or Chris Anderson, both planners, and then Dana Verbeek, our planning assistant. Happy to, and myself. All 4 of us are happy to help them.
Basically, that was my way of saying, Todd, shout out your team. Who's doing this? So we can get their names on TV as well. He's a modest man. Of course, I know I'm making him blush over here, and he's like, and on live TV and everything too. That's why we have him on the show, right? You've simplified the zoning process for putting up those fences. What were some of the changes that the city side was seeing? I know a couple things have come through, like the differences between the conditional use permit and the zoning permit, and there was some confusion there, but now it's all clear. What are some of those that have been streamlined?
Some of the things that have been streamlined is with the approval process. If you were to, say, a business wanting to open up, build something new, a new building, you'd have to go through the Planning Commission, City Council, and depending on what type of business it was, essentially get 2 approvals, a site plan review and perhaps a conditional use permit. Now, a conditional use permit just implies that the site plan approval is in that, so it's just 1 approval for that way. But at the same time, if it is a business that is otherwise considered a permitted use by right, and it's not adjacent to residential, and it doesn't need any variances, otherwise built to code, we can go straight to building permit.
Excellent. So it streamlines that whole process, and I know that it's some of the cities, with the old code, it's possible that you know, these businesses, they see Ramsey and they go through the process, and with that old code, they just like, just kind of just got bogged down, and that really was, you know, potentially detrimental for some of the businesses that wanted to come to Ramsey.
The Planning Commission and City Council both were very clear in that they wanted a less onerous process for businesses looking to come to town. So we made it happen.
Made it happen.
So we have a couple of buildings right now that are in various stages of planning. One that will be the very first one out of the chute is a daycare off of St. Francis Boulevard, just north of 142nd, Lightbridge Academy.
Gotcha. And so it's 142nd Lightbridge Academy. And tell me some more about those other businesses. I feel like I've asked that question of all of our guests on our show today, like, what's coming through? What are you working on? But I mean, the city is constantly, it's continuously developing. Things are always happening. So tell me some more about what's going on.
Well, we do have the Planning Commission meeting tomorrow night, and on that, as Sean Sullivan mentioned, we have Norhart for an apartment complex of a little over 200 units. And then we have just a little 3-lot subdivision. But most notably in foreign business, we have a rezoning off of Riverdale Drive, west of Armstrong, where it's setting the stage for 2 businesses. One would be U-Haul for their self-storage and truck and trailer rental, as well as Marquardt RV to build new facilities each there. So the rezoning is to accommodate those uses.
Gotcha. So speaking of zoning, the core has some interesting, you know, the way that it was designed years and years ago, it's you know, very specific of, you know, it's the density, I feel like, you know, kind of gets a little bit lesser as you go out from the core. But we notice a lot of those, you know, lots that are open for development, and I'm sure there's some big plans in place. So what is I know that you can't wave a magic wand and tell me what the future is going to look like, but what are your goals for what the core will look like?
Well, the core has been the vision for Ramsey's downtown area for many, many years. And there certainly has been lots of opportunities over the years to do development on things that don't really meet that vision. And the council has been quite firm in holding off to get what we want, what meets that vision. So there is land available, and other businesses are noticing things that are happening, like the restaurant is taking advantage of having a hotel across the street. So businesses do play off each other. And with all the activity, people are noticing and inquiring more.
Gotcha. Well, it sounds like there's, you know, tons of stuff going on. Again, thank you for all the work that you and your team did on the zoning code update, and looking forward to seeing all those new projects come through. Is there anything else that you'd like to touch on that I might have missed?
Well, we've got quite a few other things in the works. The Presbyterian Homes proposal, Haviland Fields, that's at the Lord of Life complex off of County Road 5, Northern Boulevard. That will be going to City Council first meeting in May, and that is for about 460 units of multifamily, some senior housing, senior apartments, some senior townhomes, and then non-senior all ages apartment building.
Gotcha. Well, I want to thank you again, Todd, for appearing here on Live and Local and letting us embarrass you just a little bit. And hopefully you'll come back next time too, right?
Oh, sure.
Excellent.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And as the summer is nearing, the weather is getting warmer. There's lots of good reasons to get outside. The Parks and Rec Department has been doing a ton of hard work putting together some great programming for the City of Ramsey. And Billy Austin put this story together for us, so let's check it out.
I was here with the City of Ramsey as a recreation specialist part-time from about 2019 to 2021. So I was able to get familiar with a lot of our park spaces and work on some of our larger popular events like the concert series. And now I'm excited to be back as of this August as the recreation coordinator full-time. So I'm here to kind of revamp some of those events and really make them the best that we can be, as well as create new ones. So our formerly Elm Crest Art Fair is now going to be the Two Rivers Art Fair at the Draw. We're going to be making that kind of an open streets festival feel. We'll have some food trucks there, activities, vendors, entertainment. We've been bringing back a lot of our popular programs over the past. Some of those include the concert series upcoming. We'll have Kites and Bites this May. And then of course we'll have Happy Days, and then we've had some smaller events kind of scattered in between, like some art classes and yoga classes. We got a lot of feedback recently about residents wanting more family and youth specific programs. So for the first time we are going to be doing some youth summer camp offerings, one of which will be a focus on introduction to sports that will be aimed at pretty much grades 5 and under. They will feature a variety of different sports, with each one focusing on a different one. And then we will also be working with Northern Stars to do a couple of musical theater camps. These will be full day camps where kids will be able to work on their own performance and then actually present that at the very end. We are also offering a handful of 55+ day trips. This is a newer one for us that we just started in 2024. This summer we'll be having a trip to New Ulm in the Shells Brewery. We'll get a historic tour of the town, as well as a tour of kind of how the beer is made and the history of that brewery there. And then on May 11th, we'll be bringing back our second annual Kites and Bites. This will be at one of our parks, and we'll have a handful of food trucks out. We invite people to bring their own kite to fly for the day. Otherwise, we do have some that kids can decorate and fly out with us. I'll also be working on Happy Days. That will be on September 7th this year. We'll have activities going on from about 8 a.m. all the way until 10 p.m. One of the other big projects that we've been working on is updating our website and our communications, so we have a lot more information out there. We've started our first ever recreation e-newsletter. We also have more information up on our website about ways that you can get involved with us, whether that be volunteering, signing up for programs, or just sending in your feedback. That can all be found on the Ramsey Parks and Recreation website. Ramsey Parks and Recreation is really excited to be expanding what we offer and serving our community. We're always excited to hear feedback because we want to develop programs that you all will attend and love. So our messages are always open, and we encourage communications and to reach out, and we're excited to keep offering new ways for the community to connect and get involved and spend time in our beautiful parks.
Welcome back to our last segment here on Live and Local. Our next guest joining us is, wait, Sean, I feel like we already had you on the show today. It turns out our last guest that was going to be here to talk about the Ramsey Highway 10 construction might have gotten caught in that construction. That's live television for you. Sometimes it happens. So thankfully, in this City of Ramsey, the experts that we have Sean to give us some updates about the Highway 10 Ramsey Gateway project. Sean, can you fill us in?
Yeah, I'll do my best. I certainly wish we could have had a representative from MnDOT, but this is a project that the city's been working on a good number of years. And to go backwards, to go forwards, initially this project was set up where Highway 10 was going to shift up north to the railroad tracks. And certainly that would have impacted many more businesses than this particular project has done. So MnDOT, through its evaluation project or process and such, went through and reevaluated it and decided to keep Highway 10 within its current right-of-way. So all construction that is taking place will be within the current right-of-way bed. A new frontage road system will be built on the north side, and then you have improvements on the south side as well. As far as timing goes, 2024 is really the year that kicks off, the bigger parts of our project. So the first step is the interchange to be constructed at Sunfish Lake Boulevard. So what that interchange will do is it'll be a full access interchange with roundabouts on the top that are elevated. And then the highway will go over the railroad tracks and come down right around McKinley Street.
Love it.
Unfortunately for all of the businesses, both on the north and south side of Sunfish Lake Boulevard, a lot of impacts for this year during construction. And we're doing our best, having weekly meetings, working with Bolton and Mink and Zand & Associates and MnDOT, all together to communicate with our businesses, to let them know what's going to happen before it happens, so that they can plan ahead for them and their customers. So we anticipate this project will be done probably early fall. We got a little bit of an early start with this wonderful weather that we've been having. So what'll happen starting next year is that they'll still continue to work on those frontage roads that are north of Highway 10, and then they'll move their work up to Ramsey Boulevard. And again, similar interchange there where you have elevated roundabouts and then going over the railroad tracks. And there will be closures off and on through there. But for the majority of construction, unlike the Anoka project, you will have 2 lanes of traffic in both directions throughout its duration versus the single lane for the entire summer type things that really made it difficult for businesses and residents to get to and from their Ramsey destinations. And that is something that we've really tried to stress with our marketing materials, that Ramsey is open for business. Yes, there's a lot of work going on, but you still can get to where you need to go. And, as Todd alluded to earlier, we've done some things in relation to signage during this construction period to allow more flexibility. So businesses do have a chance to kind of have a longer opportunity to, advertise a special or just, let people know they're still there and so on and so forth.
Of course, and we definitely want to support those Ramsey businesses. I think my favorite part about this construction, in addition to 2 lanes being open at a time instead of just the 1 lane during the summer, I know that 169 Highway 10 is a big thoroughfare getting up to the cabin. And, we Minnesotans, we love going up to the cabin during the summer, knowing that there's going to be 2 lanes. It's not going to slow you down on your way up north, as they say. And the other thing is that I'm not going to have to worry about stopping for that train anymore. Those overpasses, I know that I feel like it's like every time that train, it knows when you have to be at City Hall at a certain time. The train's like, I don't think so. But after this construction, we're not going to have to worry about that anymore.
And I, as part of my job as economic development manager, I usually conduct anywhere between 30 to 50 business visits a year. And you would think that, businesses would really be apprehensive, maybe kind of fearing what's going on with this Highway 10 project. But I would say the majority of most businesses understand that this is going to happen, and when it's over, it's going to be great. There's just a number of businesses that have been impacted more than others and longer than others. Unfortunately, that stretch right between the Technical College and Sunfish Lake Boulevard, Outpost, other businesses in that area, they've really been impacted almost through the duration of the Anoka project, and they're going to be impacted for the first phase of this Ramsey project in 2024. So for those listening, please make an effort to try and get out to these businesses. It may seem like they're difficult to get to, but they have turn lanes and everything set up for them so that you can get right in.
They do. Actually, it was King Kong Hobbies that I stopped at the other day to get a new kite for the Kites and Bites event that you just heard about in our last package here. And it's like, it's a little bit of a headache, but I feel like there's a really good signage telling you if you know where to go for business access. You turn off here, and if you do happen to miss it, you might have to go around and turn, but really, like, these businesses, they're part of the community, and we want to support them because that's what it's about. It's like supporting those small businesses, and especially along Highway 10 there, it is mostly like, there's not a lot of chains over there. It truly is, this is the store that exists. It's mom and pop, exactly what you want to see in a small town like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, they've done everything they can with the project design to make sure that these businesses have the best access all the way through this process. And again, I'm not going to lie, it's tough. But I mean, we have really worked hard as a city to try and prepare our businesses for what's coming. I'd mentioned before a group called Zan and Associates. They are really kind of coordinating the marketing for this project and getting information out to businesses along with Bolton and Mink. And there is a website out there. It's called RamseyGateway.com, and it's tied to the Anoka County website, who's kind of the lead agency. They're managing the project. And if you can't get the information you're looking at, or by looking at that website, there's a link on there that you can send an email question to. I think it's called info@Highway 10, and they'll get back to you in a day or two.
Excellent. We love to see it. So as our good friend Pete Turek likes to say, short-term pain, long-term gain. And we had an opportunity to get an up-close look at the businesses along Highway 10 and do a feature story on as many as we could. And we've got the package for you right now.
Road construction is never fun, but it always leads to a better tomorrow. The Highway 10 Road Improvement Project is well underway in the City of Ramsey. While safety of the drivers on the road and the construction crews is always the top priority, supporting local businesses that are affected by the construction is a close second.
Definitely worried about it. Last year, we drive by McDonald's and Super America. When you see their parking lots empty at lunchtime, you know that it's going to affect business. I hope that since we are more of a destination location, that people will put up with a little bit of the delay to get to us. We also ship every day too, and so we get stuff to people in the metro or even outside of the metro usually within a day.
We caught up with the owners of King Kong Hobbies as well as Ramsey Bicycle last year, but there are several businesses along Highway 10 that need your help. So one of my favorite businesses off Highway 10 is Aurelio's, a local family-owned pizzeria that is serving up some great pizza. It's actually easy to get into even with the Highway 10 construction. I had a chance to talk with Randy and his family, and I also ordered a pizza. So let's check out Aurelio's and I'll give you a quick look at their pizza.
Hi, welcome to Aurelio's. What can I get for you?
Randy gave me a tour of Aurelio's while I wait for my pizza. But something to keep in mind, even with the construction, Aurelio's was super easy to access along Highway 10. It was only a short 10-minute drive from QCTV located in Champlin. Thank you Aurelio's for the tour. This pizza looks amazing and I cannot wait to get it back to base for lunch. Hey, so for all you commuters out there on Highway 10 during the construction in Ramsey, be safe and please support local business if you can.
Well, that about wraps it up for this edition of Live and Local in the City of Ramsey. Again, we are here at the Public Works facility. It's a beautiful day outside, and we have really enjoyed getting all this information from our very knowledgeable city staff here in Ramsey. And if you have any questions about any of the topics that we've covered today, you can find more information on the City of Ramsey's website, cityoframsey.com. There's plenty of drop-down lists. You can select the department and reach out if you have any questions, of course. And if you liked this program, we have lots more available on QCTV. You can find local sports, the Chamber Report, other editions of Live and Local, and of course all of those city meetings and advisory board commissions so that you can stay involved in our 4 cities of Anoka, Champlin, Ramsey, and Andover. I'm your host, Winter Kucharski, and you've been watching Live and Local on QCTV. Thank you so much.